Welcome to my Sitecore Diaries, your ultimate guide to digital experience excellence, your go-to channel for all the things in Sitecore, .NET and anything related to DXP. I'm your host Jitendra Jayanta Ghanekar. I'm in Sitecore Technology MVP 2024 and 2025. So today we are going back to Sitecore video. So one of our subscriber asked me this question that I should make a video on the Sitecore XP upgradation. But I thought let me create a detailed video. So this is the video called Sitecore XP upgradation. In this video, what we are going to see is, first of all, why still people are migrating to XP, or so why still people are there on the XP and XM, why not XM cloud? So what are the reason behind that we are going to see first, and then what are the different approaches we have while migrating to from a lower version of a Sitecore to higher version of a Sitecore. So we will go in detail of those two approaches, and we will see what are the steps which we need to follow when we migrate from Sitecore lower version to higher version. So before starting today's video, please if you like this video, please do click on a like button to share this with your friends and colleagues. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel, click on notification bell. So let's start today's video. Okay, as per the latest trend, all the Sitecore applications are moving towards the XM cloud. So obvious question will come that why you want to upgrade your Sitecore XP to the latest version of Sitecore XP, why not XM cloud? So there are still a few reasons why some clients choose not to migrate from XP to XM cloud. We are going to explore those reasons in this slide. First one is a limited customization. XM Cloud is a SaaS-based platform with a headless architecture which restricts hosting custom code within the application. If your current Sitecore XP implementation relies on heavy customization, you may face challenges in re-architecturing in the XM Cloud. So that can be one of the reasons that you have a customization which will create a problem. Migration complexity. So transitioning to XM Cloud requires a meticulous planning and re-architecture, especially for custom pipeline, processors and integration. This can be a time consuming as well as a resource intensive activity. Cost implications. While XM Cloud eliminates infrastructure management cost, the migration process itself can be expensive. So particularly if you need to invest in a new tools, middlewares and expertise, the migration process will become more costly. A dependency on middleware. XM Cloud often requires creating middleware application to handle custom logic and integrations which cannot be hosted directly within the platform. So your dependency on middleware can be a problem. Learning curve. This is also very important factor. The team accustomed to Sitecore XP may need significant training to adapt XM Cloud headless architecture and SaaS-based workflow. Compatibility issues. Existing APIs or integrations or workflows may not be fully compatible with XM Cloud, which may create a problem or restriction to migrate to the XM Cloud. You might have some performance concerns that while XM Cloud is designed for scalability or organization with highly complex environment, it may experience performance bottlenecks during the transition. Point is a vendor locked in. So as a SaaS platform, XM Cloud ties you to the Sitecore ecosystem, potentially limiting flexibility in choosing the alternative solution. So you will lock with the Sitecore only, and it will create a dependency on the vendor. So For all SaaS product, it's a problem when you vendor lock-in is a problem. Data migration challenges. So migrating a large volumes of content and configuration from XP to XM Cloud can be challenging, especially if your data structure is highly customized, then it will be more challenging. And at the end, uncertainty in the ROI. You have a settled, well stable and well functioning XP environment. The benefits of XM Cloud may not outweigh the cost and efforts of organizations with your current running stable and well functioning XP environment. So these are the few issues which may restrict you to migrate to the XM cloud, and you will look for a solution where you want to go with your XP and XM to the latest version of the Sitecore. Now, as you find out why there are restrictions to migrate to the XM cloud, your next question will be why should you upgrade to the even the latest version once if our application is stable and working fine. So we are going to see those reasons why you should be migrating to the latest version of the Sitecore. Extended lifecycle support. So if you have seen the Sitecore support table, there every version has date given that till what time it is supporting. So older version Sitecore is not supporting, so upgrading to the latest version ensures continued support and regular updates from Sitecore, avoiding the end of support phase for older version. So older version, they are not giving any patches or any security upgrades also. So to keep you updated, it is better to move to the latest version. Support for headless architecture. So Sitecore XP 10.4 has improved support for headless CMS framework, offering flexibility for modern front-end development, enabling omni-channel delivery. So if you are looking for that, it is supporting bug fixes. So common issues from earlier version have been resolved in the latest version, making your platform more stable and reliable. So you want to utilize that. So that's one of the reason why you should be moving to the latest version. Modernized development practices. So latest version aligns with the DevOps workflows, including CI/CD pipeline, containerization, cloud native features. So if you want to take advantage of that, you has to be on the latest version. Improved performance. So the updated version delivers optimization that enhances the speed and the scalability of the platform, which is crucial for handling increased traffic and complex user journeys. Cloud container support. So Sitecore latest version includes robust support for cloud-based deployment and containerization like Docker and Kubernetes. This enables efficient scaling, better resource utilization, and seamless integrations for modern infrastructure requirements. So enhanced security. This is very important for every latest version. So every latest version security patches, protecting your system against the vulnerabilities and ensuring compliance with the modern security standards. So this is a key point, enhanced security. Why you should be moving to the latest version. Enhanced content authoring experience. So you must have observed there are always a upgradation or adding a feature to the content authoring experience also. So the latest version simplifies the content creation with an improved user interface, better workflow capabilities and tools, inline editing, and easier collaboration for content items. So that is also very important. API integration and enhancement. So updated APIs and better integration capabilities comes with the latest version, which help you to connecting Sitecore with other tools, ensuring a smooth workflows and easier development. The last point is the future proofing. So upgrading ensures your platform remains compatible with emerging technologies and scales effectively as your business grow. So for future also it is very important. So these are the high level few points why you should be moving to the latest version of the Sitecore. So now we have seen why we cannot, why there are reasons we cannot move to XM Cloud, and why we should be moving to the latest version of the Sitecore. Now we are going to see the approaches how we can migrate the Sitecore lower version to the higher version. Okay, now we have moved to the very important or the critical part of this presentation, and that is a migration approach. So we will be discussing two key approaches to upgrading Sitecore. First is a in-place upgrade, and second is a side-by-side upgrade. So each method has its own advantages and challenges, and selecting the right one it will depend on your project needs, budget, and risk tolerance. First, we will see in-place upgrade approach. In this method, we directly upgrade the existing environment. This means applying the updates within the current Sitecore instance. So we are going to do the changes within the existing instance only, existing Sitecore instance only. We'll see what are the key steps included here. Obviously, the first one is a backing up the environment. So you need to back up your environment so that you can revert back in case NP show. The next one is reviewing the release notes and documentation. So whenever you are upgrading to the latest version, you have to review that what is there in that version, and their documentations also. Then update the prerequisites. So whatever the updates which is required before the installation that you need to do. You need to replace the files, the code files. You have to run the database scripts to update the database. Upgrade configurations. So you need to upgrade the configuration. Then test the environment. Deploy updates to the production, and then monitor the post upgrade. Okay, we are going to see in detail later. So high level, these are the steps to in the in-place upgrade. So in-place upgrade basically it is upgrading the existing environment only. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of this approach? Simplicity. So it is simple because we work within the same environment. Cost effective. It's a cost effective because it is require fewer resources. We are utilizing the existing resources only, existing environment only. So it is cost effective. It has a faster execution, making it ideal for a quick upgrade. So you are upgrading the existing environment only, so the execution time will be faster. Now what are the disadvantage of doing this? First is a higher risk. So it carries a higher risk since changes are applied directly. So if you are updating the existing environment only, so there is a high risk. There might be a problem with the continuity of the business also. So there is a higher risk here. No clean slate. So there is no clean slate, meaning legacy issues may persist in it. Okay. Downtime. There can be a downtime impacting the system availability. You are updating the existing environment. Obviously, whenever you are doing the changing the update existing environment, the downtime will be more. Now let's talk the another approach, side by side upgrade. Here we set a parallel environment allowing us to build and test the upgraded version separately before going live. So you set up this separate environment in this approach. So let's see key step involved. So first point is that you have to replicate your production environment. So you have to create a new environment, a non production environment on which you are going to do a upgradation. The backupping of existing environment is a very key point for any approaches. A content migration, you have to migrate your content from old version to the new version. Update custom code. So your code is with the old version. So your framework might also, .NET framework might also be the old one. So you need to give the reference of a new version, and then you need to build a new version also. A new you need to build your solution also and update the code also if required. You have to adjust the configuration as per the new environment. Thorough testing. So you need to perform a thorough testing. This is a complete new environment, so you have to do very carefully. You have to do all the scenarios, all the things need to be tested here. So once it is tested, then only you can switch to the production. So there is a switching involved here. So if you see the in place upgrade, you are updating the existing environment itself. Whereas in the setup parallel environment, you are setting up the new environment. So now your current environment will be working on the XYZ server. You need to switch that to the your new server. And at the end, you have to decommission the old environment. So what are the advantages and disadvantages in this approach? First is the reduced risk. As the new system is tested separately, so it is risk is reduced, your business continuity will be there. Testing flexibility, ensuring a smooth transition. So you are testing all the functionalities, like you are testing the complete application. So it has a ensures the smooth transition. Provide a clean state, removing the legacy issues. You are deploying your project on the latest version of the Sitecore, so all those issues, the legacy issues will be fixed there. Now what is the disadvantage in this approach? First is the higher cost. It involves a higher cost requiring a additional infrastructure. It is time consuming as it requires parallel setup and migration. The transition can be complex, requiring a detailed planning. So both approaches have their strength and weakness. If you need a quick, cost-effective upgrade, then in place upgrade might be a suitable one. However, if you're minimizing the risk and ensuring a clean transition, your priority, then the side by side upgrade is your better choice. So basically for me, it's like risk versus cost. So if you are going with a in place upgrade, there is a high risk. If you go by side upgrade, it is a high cost. So choosing the right approach depends on your project goals, available resources, and tolerance for the downtime. So you need to take your decision. My personal advice, I mean, my personal thing is that I'm not a great fan of in-place upgrade, but I always prefer the side-by-side upgrade because it involve it has a less risk, and you can also doing complete testing there. So important point is a risk, but always if there is a cost involved, then you can take a decision on that. Now, we have seen now what are the two different approaches. Okay, one is in place upgrade and another one is the side by side upgrade. Now for doing both the things, okay, so if you are using the in place or a side by side upgrade, you have to do few pre upgrade stage activity that we are going to see now. Understand the current setup. Okay, you need to understand how the current setup is. So first of all, you have to identify and compare new version with the current version. So you should be aware that what is changed in the new version. Then identify the installed modules, custom implementation, and third-party integration. And this is very key, this is a key thing to do. And also list down those. Okay, so that you can check, you can have a checkpoint where you can verify all those modules, custom implementation, and third-party integration after you migrate to your application or after you upgrade your application. Check for any compatibility issues with your external third-party modules and integrations. So you can check all your third-party tools and modules. Is there any compatibility issues with your new version? So for that, you also validate your you also check or need to check your release notes of a latest version, and what are there, what are the features are there, what are the bug fixes, and what are the things which are still open or still has an issues. Okay, so you need to very carefully check that release note also. Verify your current technology stack and its compatibility. So Sitecore provides a compatibility table. I'm sure you must be knowing that. So you can verify the current, whatever current technology which you are using, whether it is compatible with the new version, with your current technology stack. Okay, and if it is not, then you have to upgrade your technology stack also. This is the first thing to understand the current setup. Next is a key point, backup and disaster recovery plan. Okay, so whenever you will be doing any upgradation migration, so backup is very important, and you should also have the disaster recovery plan prepared. So prepare a disaster recovery plan for a failure. Prepare for the worst case. Okay, so don't assume anything and prepare for the worst case, how you can recover back from that. So you need to take a backups, and what are the things which you should be taking the backup. First thing is obviously databases. So whatever databases which you are using, you need to take a backup. Website files. So your website web folder backup also you should be taking. Your code backup also you should take. Solar indexes. If you are using the solar, then take a backup of a solar, or whatever the indexes which you are using, take those backup. Media library. If it is not stored in the database, if it is stored in the file system, then take the backup of your media library also. Custom configuration. So whatever the patch files, whatever the site config changes which you have done, that first of all, that you also have to list them and take that backup also. So backup and disaster recovery plan. Next one is infrastructure and environment readiness. So set up your environment, okay, which should be clone of a prod. So don't make a mistake of making changes on the production environment. Always take a clone of your prod environment, take a copy of your prod environment, create a non-production environment. Any approaches you are preferring doing, so prod or a in place upgradation or a side by side upgradation, both cases you need to work on the non-prod environment. Check license compatibility. Is your license is compatible to the latest version or not? That you need to check. Ensures your DevOps and CD readiness. So there might be some changes which you might need to do in your DevOps scripts. So you can involve your DevOps team, or if you are doing it, you need to make those changes also. Testing strategy, and this is very important. People might think your application is already live, so they just do this basic testing, but you need to create a testing strategy. Okay, so how are you going to make sure that your latest version is same as your older version functionality wise? So that strategy which you need to create. You have to create a test cases also. So it might be the case that you might be comparing the two environment, like how it works on the new version, how it works on the old version. Whatever style your tester can prepare that strategy, and in that you have to include functional testing, performance and load testing, and security and compliance testing. So testing strategy and test cases should be ready before you start this. Prepare plan and checklist. This is also important. Just don't blindly start the work. Okay, you prepare a detailed project plan. What are the things which you are going to do? Like any project which you do, for that you prepare a plan. You should be doing a complete detailed project plan for this. Create implementation steps and checklist, that is a run book. So you understand what is your current system, what you are going to do, what approach you are selected. So depending on that, create a run book, that what are the steps which you are going to do. So create that implementation step and checklist. Analyze and identify correct upgradation approach. So we already seen what is the difference between both those approaches. You need to analyze it and select the right approach before starting the upgradation. Identify and plan required code freeze and downtime. So you might need to do some places code freeze, some places content freeze, some downtime might be required. So as per your project requirement, you can take a decision on that and get approval from your business also. And this is very important. Be prepared to address unexpected challenges or issues. So whoever has worked on this migration or upgradation project, they must have encountered this, that there are some unexpected issues or unexpected challenges which might come. It is never going to be straightforward, so be prepared for that. Everything can't be documented and to find the solution. There might be things which will come unexpected, so be prepared for that. So basically keep some time for those things also. So important point here is for upgradation, you have to strategize it and plan it effectively to achieve the success. So these are the pre-upgraded stage. If you are doing any of the approach, you need to perform these activities. You should have a prepared a detailed project plan before actually starting your upgradation. Now we will quickly go through in place upgrade approach. So for this approach, you need to download 3 things from the Sitecore download page. Okay, so whichever version which you are upgrading to, say you are upgrading to 10.0.4 version, then in that you have to find out this download option for on-premise deployment, and you need to download Sitecore update app tool, which is used for updating core and core, master and web databases. Then you have a configuration files for upgrade. So in this there is a package containing configuration files and database script for upgrading. And the third one is a upgrade installation guide describing how to upgrade a Sitecore XP from previous release. So this is your key thing, this upgrade installation guide. So let's go to the Sitecore download page. So in this Sitecore Experience Platform 10.4, if you go to the download options for on-premise deployment, you will have 3 things here. Okay, so Sitecore update tool, it's a tool. So if you go to that link, there is a tool which tells you which give you the upgrade scripts for upgrade, is updating tool for upgrading your databases. Okay, so here the versions are given. So if you want to migrate from 8.1.0 to 10.4, you have to use this package. Similarly, if you want to go from 10.3.1 to 10.0.4, then you need to use this package. Okay, so from 10.3.1 to 10.4, you need to use this package. Like that you need to update. Okay, so this is a tool. Then you have an upgrade installation guide, and this is the key thing in this approach. Okay, so Sitecore has provided a detailed documentation where you can see how you can upgrade from to the latest version. Okay, from 8.1 to 10.4. so you need to go through this document. Okay, all the steps are given. It's not that all the things are useful for you. There might be a cases which you may not needed. Okay, so you have to go through all the steps given here. Okay, like prepare for the upgrade. So what is the things is required. Okay, your release notes are given here. What are the important changes for each version, so that also it is given here. Okay, see, so you need to check this in detail. And as I said earlier, in upgradation pre-upgradation update, you need to create a run book from this. Okay, so whatever needed for your application, you create that checklist, that create that task list, and you should be doing it. So it's like you download this file, understand it, prepare your version, that what you need to do for your migration. So those you prepare it and follow those steps. Okay, so this is how you will do the this approach where you are updating your existing system. Okay, as I said earlier, I'm not a great fan of this approach. Okay, I will prefer the another approach. We will say that now in detail. So we will go with the we will see the side by side upgrade approach also. So to summarize this approach, the one in place upgrade. So first thing is you need to refer to the Sitecore download page. From that you need to download the 3 important things: Sitecore upgrade update API tool, configuration files for upgrade package, and upgrade installation guide. You need to follow the installation file guide. So upgrade installation guide you need to follow, you need to download and follow the steps. Okay, so just don't blindly follow the steps. You need to understand what is the version where from where you are migrating to the latest version, right? 10.4 you are migrating, so from which version you are migrating. Okay, accordingly prepare your own documentation, own runbook to migrate. Okay, and then follow that. Okay, that will I will advise that. So this is the approach if you want to go for it, in place upgrade. Now we will see side by side upgrade. Side by side upgrade, so this one approach which I personally prefer to go with any upgradation in Sitecore. The reason behind it, it is clean approach, and there is you are not interfering with the business continuity. So your existing environment is working and there is no interference till the time you finalize your upgrade. So that is one reason, and the third reason is the risk is involved is less. Okay, so the side by side upgrade is one of the most effective approach for upgrading a Sitecore instance from an older version to a newer version. Instead of upgrading the existing system in place, this method involves setting up the completely new instance of a latest Sitecore version and then migrating data, customization and content the older version. Okay, so this approaches reduces risks, minimize the downtime and allows a proper testing before the final go. So what are the steps which we need to follow? The first one is the set up the new Sitecore environment. So you need to install a fresh Sitecore environment with the target version. So whatever version which you want to upgrade, so say 10.4, then go for this, create a Sitecore instance regularly, how you create it, right? So using that you create a blank instance, a vanilla instance of Sitecore 10.4. Then next thing is upgrade and refract custom and the project code. So you must be having your project code, right? So if you are using a Sitecore MVC, you must be having your project code on maybe any repository. Okay, in that project you must have been referring to the your old version of the Sitecore. So first thing which you need to do in that code is you need to remove those old versions and upgrade with the latest version, which where whatever you're targeting. Say latest version right now is 10.4. so if you are targeting 10.4, then refer that by using a NuGet, and then build your application, so resolve the problem, remove the obsolete code, all the things which you need to remove. You need to build your project successfully. Not only that, you need to verify your custom code also, whether it is not just you are building it, but it is working or not. And if it is not working, it may be the case that you need to update your code or maybe change the alternate, you need to use the alternate code. So that thing you should be doing it. There might be some configuration changes which you might need to merge your update your third party modules and integration depending on if there is any framework change. Okay, so code wise changes which you might need to do, chances are less, but still if you are doing it, migrate content from old to new instance. Okay, so you need to migrate the content from old to new instance. So what are the methods which you can use? So there are multiple methods you use. You can use your old way of Unicorn, but I will recommend to use a Sitecore content serialization module which is compatible with the latest version also. Or maybe you want to create a packages and import it, that will be another thing. If your site is small, then you may use the packages thing, but practically I don't think packages is a good option, because there will be a lot of packages which you might need to create it. I will prefer to use the Unicorn or a Sitecore content serialization, okay, to migrate your content from old to new environment. Then you have to migrate your media library. So if it is on the database, so it will be automatically, if you update your database, it will automatically migrate it, right? So, but if not, then you have to see how you can migrate the media library, the files. Okay, then you have to migrate your use roles and permissions. Okay, you can create a packages for that. Once it is updated, your database is updated, you can use that, attach a new database to your new Sitecore instance, so that it will refer all the upgraded content. And then deploy your code and test it and validate it if it is working. Now you use your strategies, testing strategies, and depending on that you can validate your code. Also plan the content freeze and final data sync. Say if you are not doing anything on your existing instance, so it may be the case that in existing instance your content editor might have updated the content. When you started your update, there might be say 1 month period where you are doing all those things. During that, say, content editor might have updated something on the production, so you need to sync those data. You need to plan for content freeze also. There will be should be a time where content editor should stop doing that, so that there will not be any gap in the content. Once everything is done, okay, all the things are done, you can create a new Sitecore instance of a production, okay, and you can move your code like you do a scratch deployment. Similarly, you can move that to the new Sitecore instance, and then once everything is finished, everything is validated, there is a go ahead from your business team, then you can switch your DNS and switch the server from our old version to the new version, and then later you can decommission your old server. So then after the going live, you monitor it, check the logs, if there is any issue, resolve it, and then decommission your old server. So this is the approach which I will prefer to do for a Sitecore migration. It's up to you which one you want to do. So side by side upgrades. First, you set up your new Sitecore environment, you upgrade and reflect your custom project code, merge your configuration, check for your third-party module and integration, migrate your content, media library, user, roles, permissions, update your database and attach to that your blank instance, test it, plan for content freeze, do a final sync of your data, and then switch to a new Sitecore instance, monitor it, and decommission your old one and go with your new one. So this is the upgrade approach, Sitecore side by side upgrade. Okay, so we have come to the point where we are answering our subscriber question. He has asked how to migrate to the latest version from the minor upgrade. So we already seen how to migrate the things. Okay, we just summarize in this that if you are having a minor upgrade, so how will you do it? We'll just go through the steps which you will be performing. Remember, all the things which we have done till now, those will remain as it is. First thing is install vanilla instance with the latest version. I'm giving the approach of a side by side upgrade. You can upgrade your lower version DB to latest version. You can utilize the in place upgrade approach where you have the script which you can update it, or you can migrate your content. As we said that we can utilize the content serialization techniques like Sitecore content serialization or unicorn. Upgrade your code by referencing the latest version. So you have to remove the old version reference and add the new version reference. Update the latest package of SXN, PowerShell, etc. Whatever module which are using, check that and update that. This is also important, which you have not seen in previous approaches, that you need to revert the hot fixes which is used on the older version and add the new hot fixes for the new version. Update your Solar as per your compatible table. So whatever version you are using, check whether that is compatible with your newer version, and if not, then you have to upgrade it. Review and update external module and integration. We have talked about that in previous slides also. Okay, once everything is done, rebuild the indexes, link database, and the reporting DB. So indexes, link database, and reporting DB you need to index. Redeploy marketing definitions. Test, then you, as per your testing strategy, you can test your application, finalize it, and finally plan for a go live. So at high level, these are the approaches which you can take, or these are the steps which you need to take to update from minor for minor upgradation. Okay, so I have just summarized it. So this is how you can upgrade your Sitecore lower version to the higher version. I hope you like this video. Please click on a like button to share this video with your friends and colleagues. If you have any comment or any feedback, let me know to below the video via the comment. if you want to cover any new topic, I will include that. So please let me know that also via the comment. And if you are new to the channel, please click on a subscribe button. Please click on a notification bell also, so that you will get a latest update from my Sitecore Diaries. Thank you for watching. I will meet you in the next week. Till that time, happy coding.